Hey YouTube, hey Bold and the Beautiful fans, how is it going? Alexander Boom here. We have another soap report coming up for March 25th to the 29th. And Steffi and Hope's feud is going to hit the tipping point this week. Things are really going to get intense, and we've seen a little bit of that already. And we also saw Steffi tell Hope that if Thomas doesn't decide to end things with her, then Steffi is going to make sure that he does, okay? So Steffi now is going to try to convince Thomas to leave Hope, and Hope, it remains to be seen what Hope is going to do exactly, you know? But we know that, you know, from the preview that Steffi is going to go and talk to Thomas and basically tell Thomas that if Hope doesn't appreciate him by now, she's never going to. And it looks like she's going to get through to Thomas maybe, or to convince Thomas to break up with Hope. So we're gonna have to see that. But there's a lot that's gonna happen this week. Also, and I don't know this for sure, but it looks like things can get physical too between Steffi and Hope. There's a rumor that there's going to be maybe a little bit of a fight between them. So we'll have to see if things escalate to that point, but hopefully everything will be normal. We'll have to see, but things are definitely going to intensify this week between Steffi and Hope. Also, Thomas is going to feel blindsided by all of this, and he's going to basically explain that to Ridge. Ridge and Brooke are going to argue over this, and Hope and Ridge. And Ridge is going to want answers from Hope. So it looks like we're going to have an argument between Hope and Ridge as well. Also, Brooke and Steffi are going to also have an argument too. So this is going to affect the entire family, and we'll see if this has an effect on Brooke and Ridge, if it causes any tension between them, because of course Thomas has always been an issue for Brooke and Ridge as well. So we'll see how they sort through that. But you know, this is really unfortunate. You know, Thomas and Hope, it's such a good place. They were on cloud nine, everything was going well, and it seemed like, you know, as a fan, it seemed to me too that Hope was getting closer to saying yes to Thomas. She was wearing the ring around her neck and the necklace. She was talking to Thomas about, you know, maybe, you know, romantically they could get closer to being official, you know, after hearing about Luna and RJ's romance. That seemed to kind of inspire Hope a little bit. And of course, you know, this week too, Thomas and Hope are going to have to talk to Douglas too. So it looks like Thomas is going to make a tough decision. And about that, Hope is stunned when Thomas makes a life-changing decision. Okay, so it does look to me like Thomas is going to break up with Hope. So this is going to be very sad. And I don't know if this is good for Thomas either, because he loves Hope. He's devoted to her, but Steffi is going to be pleased with her victory this week. So it looks like her strategy of, you know, getting Thomas away from Hope, it looks like that's going to work out. But is this good for Thomas in the long run too, or is this going to send him into another spiral? You know, what's this going to do to Thomas? And is Thomas going to have second thoughts because he still loves Hope, but his pride is wounded, you know? So, and Steffi's making sense to him, you know? And so it seems like, and Steffi's not wrong, you know? I kind of agree with her on some of the points that she's making, but at the same time, I think she needs to stay out of it and let Hope and Thomas kind of work through this, you know, and figure it out on their own. I think maybe Thomas is also going to feel like maybe he should have just, you know, waited and not ask her again for another marriage proposal, and waited and given her more time and space, and maybe down the road she would say yes, you know. But as a fan, I'm thinking, you know, I can't blame Thomas for asking Hope to marry him again, because they were in such a good place, you know, and Hope still isn't ready, you know. So the question I have too as a fan is, when will Hope be ready? We know she doesn't want to go through another marriage with what happened with Liam and all of that, but she's got a man now who's devoted only to her, and you know, but for some reason she just doesn't want to commit to marriage with Thomas. And Thomas is the marrying type, right? He wants to be married. He wants that official commitment. So we'll see what the future holds for Thope, right? Thomas and Hope, but it's not looking good right now. And the question is, will Hope turn to Finn, right? So that's a possibility. Finn could walk in and see Hope upset, or Hope is crying, and Finn will want to know what's going on, you know, and Hope turns to Finn, which will only exacerbate the tension between Steffi and Hope, because Steffi doesn't want Hope around her husband Finn, right? And we know Finn cares about Hope on some level. He was concerned about the Xander situation and Thomas and Hope being together. So Finn has shown that he cares on some level about Hope too. So the show could maybe be pushing Hope and Finn, you know, as confidants, as friends, maybe, with the idea of the potential of romance too between them. So we'll have to see if they go in that direction. But there's definitely a lot of moving parts to this story, and it's going to affect most of the characters. Steffi's also going to try to, you know, take care of her brother and give him advice on how to get over the heartbreak. So it does look like this week that Thomas is going to make that stunning decision to end his relationship with Hope. So we'll see how all of that unfolds. Also, Steffi and Hope's feud is just going to continue to escalate this week as they, you know, accuse each other of things, and it's, you know, it could get physical. So we'll see. So we'll see how all of that turns out. And also over with Zendai and Luna, Zendai is going to ask Luna if there's a future for the two of them. So Zendai is not giving up. He's still kind of hoping that he and Luna can have a future. Of course, Zendai knows the truth that RJ doesn't know. RJ doesn't know that Luna and Zendai had a one-night affair, and Luna was basically under the influence of Poppy's special mints. So Luna didn't do that intentionally, right? And she's keeping the secret. We all know she's keeping the secret from RJ. RJ doesn't know, but Zendai is basically making another pitch this week to Luna for the two of them to be together. So we'll see what that happens there. There's the mystery of Luna's paternity. You know, Poppy went over to talk to Finn. Finn asked, you know, what does this have to do with me? You know, is the show kind of hinting that maybe Finn is a possibility to be a candidate to be Luna's dad? You know, Luna and Bill talked, and Bill said, you know, I'm not your dad, but I'll be here to listen to you. And Bill and Luna had that nice conversation, but we still don't know who Luna's father is. You know, Poppy wants Finn to talk to Luna, so we'll see how that goes. But I think the clues are going to start to show maybe that Finn has more to do with Luna, you know, than we think. And of course, there's a theory, and I kind of subscribe to this theory, that maybe Finn could be Luna's dad. So we'll see how that goes. Also, there's an exciting mystery man that is going to show up on the show soon, and this could be related to Sheila. We'll get into that in more detail in another video, so stay tuned for that. But it's going to be another exciting week. Don't miss a moment. Steffi and Hope's feud is really going to escalate this week. It looks like Thomas is going to make that tough decision this week, so we'll see how that goes. But there's going to be a lot of drama, so keep it right here and we'll keep you updated, and we'll see you in the next video.